All right, I'm going to hope I'm live by now. Depends on loading stuff. So guys, hello. Hope everybody's having a good time. Today is the start of a new system of doing Pinkators. So you may notice this is called the Spring Pinkator, and we got a Sawsbuck on there. So we are now doing these seasonally. The plan at the moment is to have all of these tours have this $200 cash prize for the first place. I'm noticing a lot of people in chat seemed like they would have wanted to join, but did not in time. I'll do a better job of this in the future. I'll make sure the signups are posted. And there's kind of reminders to that on my community post on YouTube as well as on Discord. The best way to find out about these tours is on Discord. So please, make sure you check that out. If you're able to do that. But yeah. What was I going to say? Yeah, so today should be exciting though. We've got let's see what we got here. So just double check this. Yeah, I think audio. Yeah, as always, let me know how music is. Let me know how audio is. We've got 34 people participating. Yeah, it looks like 34 people. So 34 participants. First place winner gets $200, which is pretty cool. And yeah, we're going to be doing these every 3 months. There's going to be one every season. I'm thinking probably 2 of them will be OU and 2 of them will be NatX, and they're not going to be any shenanigans. Now, there are a lot of other tournaments that will be put on the Discord. They just won't be streamed, and they probably won't have cash prizes, but I guess anyone's free to attach a cash prize that they wish. At least they won't be provided by me. But yeah, we will be doing these seasonally tours. So keep an eye out for the next one, and I will, of course, also make sure to notify you guys when that's happening. All right, now we should be about ready to go live here. Also, the reason this is happening super delayed, because I don't want my comments to ever interfere with what is actually happening in the game. I don't ever want, what I say to influence for people actually battling to be listening to the stream and hearing what I say. So there is an absolutely massive delay on this stream. Absolutely massive delay. So yeah, just be aware of that. If you're thinking like, oh, maybe I can tune in, see what Pinkacross is saying. No, you won't be able to do that. But yeah, guys, thank you for joining. Remember to like the stream so we can get this seen by more people if you're interested. We are finally here. Sorry for the delay. Been a while since I've streamed a tour, so we had to get some stuff set up. And it looks like we already have maybe an activity win. I don't really know what's going on here. But let's see if we can find this game. Gravital. Okay, it looks like that game did not happen. So hopefully we can get games started soon. But yeah, just do be aware of the huge delay that's going to be on this stream. Do be aware of that absolutely massive delay. So yeah, that'll also hurt chat engagement, as you can imagine. You can't participate at this point. Signups were due a while ago, but you can still spectate, still watch the team. So I'll explain some of the rules of this tournament, which I guess I should probably put in the description as well. But basically, you have to use the same team throughout the entire Pinkator, which is a unique rule. Usually it's just a format, and everyone can play whatever team they want every round. The entire tournament is very simple. Single elimination, best of 1. And yeah, it's a very, very simple tournament, and you have to use the same team the whole way through. The reason I want people to use the same team the whole way through is I often like to see people really put in not just try to kind of counter team round by round, but everyone submit a team they think is consistent and solid and they stand by. Because I think when you give someone the ability to only use one team the whole tournament, they bring a really good team. And part of these tournaments is not just about, seeing who's the best battler, but also who's the best builder, because that's something I think is super important in the game. And that's one of my favorite aspects of the game. So I think by locking teams for the entire tournament, in a sense, well, first of all, we eliminate stuff like scouting because there's, I mean, you can still see what people's teams are, but you can't change your team to counter them, which is nice. But then the other thing that I like about it is we kind of force the players in the tournament to really put a team forward they believe in, and something that's really consistent. So we get to see some kind of really cool and really solid teams, especially in the later brackets of the tournaments, because a lot of more inconsistent matchup fishy teams are going to get eliminated earlier on. And yes, this is a winner gets all tournament. So we should be getting started pretty much any minute here. I'm excited to see how this goes down. All of these games do take place on Smog Tour. That makes them public so I can see them, which is the big thing. Let me block challenges and PMs there. This feels like a 5-minute delay or so. Not quite that much, but yeah, it's a huge delay. I really don't want to interfere. So yeah, as I said, guys, chat engagement is going to be horrible today. You ask a question, I'll answer you like I think about 3 minutes later. So chat engagement is basically at an absolute zero. And that's unfortunate, but at the same time, especially when there's a cash prize on the line, I really don't want my commentary live to be influencing this tournament. So Dawn Long is casing Pink Across. If I had any money, I would spam 50 gifted memberships at the stream. I appreciate that, but no need. Also, I think we had a donation earlier, something or other. Oh, we got several donations. I think we had something or other, which for some reason I'm not seeing it appear in chat, but I think we had 20 from something or other, and we had 10 from Talg9138. So thank you very much. Thank you very much to something or other for the 20 gifted memberships. Very generous, as always. Say anything if you want to. Something or other also saying, imagine having network issues, couldn't be me. And then we've got Talg with the 10 gifted memberships. Also, thank you very much, guys. Crazy generosity to be donating before the stream has even started. You guys are incredible supporters, and it's thanks to, in part, it's thanks to generous donors like you guys that I'm able to, put up this big prize pool, and that I think I'll be able to in the future, keep putting up these prize pools. So you guys have been incredible supporters. Thank you so much. And yeah, I mean, I can't thank you guys enough. You've been awesome. And we got a £2 donation from Bognor saying, good luck, everyone. TY to the staff, W Pink Across. Thank you, Bognor, for the support. And I'm really happy to see that message that the new Bognor baby is doing well. I hope everything continues proceeding well, and the baby continues to be healthy. So let's all, yeah, Bognor, hope that goes well, and I'm really happy to hear that all the signs are good. Okay, so let's see, we should be getting started. Is this I'm evil and spicy? Is this thing? Evil, and yep, we've got a game started, folks. Let's watch this. So this is just the first game that came up. So let's see. We got a wheezing lead from Evil and Spicy. I will not be participating. I'm commentating this tournament. It would also be, like, especially when you're putting up a cash prize, kind of like winning your own cash. It's a little suspicious. And I also could have access to the team sheet. So it's me participating would be a bit of a shady move. But we start off with a pretty standard lead here. Trading Stealth Rock. We'll see if Corviknight wants to defog you. I'm guessing it would, yeah. So that's the weird thing about setting rocks early on. Something you want to do in these games is you really want to ask yourself what the hazard situation is early on, and say, okay, do I want to set rocks, or is it easier for me to keep rocks off of both sides? It's not a question you have to ask when you have a rapid spinner, because it's just like, use Stealth Rock whenever you can. And we see defog there just because Tusk was on the field, which is a kind of a bizarre play. So I am honestly really confused at how this is going. It seems like just really focusing on the hazard situation. Nothing's really happening. Okay, we've got a Terra Dark, which is a really questionable play, I'm going to be honest. But that knockoff and plus flip turn did do a solid chunk to this Wheezing. And it seems like this Litton Salt's team is hazard stack based. So this is kind of a bit of a rough situation for Litton Salt, it looks like to me. I think their matchup is pretty devastating here. Because we've got a situation where, and that's a weird stealth rock, because I know you have double defog. Like, why do you keep doing this? That is huge damage coming out there. That is actually absolutely massive. If there's a way to win this game, it's going to be with this Samurott for sure. And backing off of the Corviknight is a really weird play there too. I feel like you've got to go for the live. So this is a super interesting game we're seeing. It looked initially like this was super, super in the favor of I'm evil and spicy. And now we're seeing Litton Salt put on just a ton of pressure with this Samurott. It's really impressive stuff. Yeah, I mean, going into Dragonite here is such a weird play because I'm thinking that on a Dondozo, I was expecting a Corviknight switch in. Yeah, this is, I'm truly not, that's like Petrant makes more sense. Yeah. Oh, and there's that fun fact that Avalanche is a contact move, which people forget a lot of the time. But there's Petrant taking that. So I'll explain the matchup here. Since this game's been such a whirlwind, it's kind of tough to commentate this in real time. They're going so fast. And I don't think this has been going on for a while. I think they're just going really fast. Like, nobody has used their timer. So here's the situation, right? Litton Salt has a lot of Pokemon that are traditionally really bad against Stall, right? Pecharunt gets totally farmed by Blissey, and of course Arrest Tinglu. Like, this Pecharunt is not a breaker. Dragonite, traditionally also very bad against Stall. Super hard-walled by Dondozo, right? And okay, that's a huge turn with Samurott getting weakened. I think that was a big mistake on Litton Salt's part. You've really got to be careful about that. And really careful about what you let take chip damage in these stall matchups. And Samurott is just not the Pokemon to let take chip damage. So Samurott here is like absolutely your win condition. You should only be bringing that in against Blissey, basically. Especially because this Blissey probably does not have Seismic Toss, right? Shadow Ball is probably this Blissey's only attack. That's Soft Boiled Combine. So this turn where you let Atrot take all that damage was a huge, huge, colossal blunder from Litton Salt. You want to never do that. Yeah, basically, the whole dynamic of this game is coming down to hazards. So letting your Spike Setter take all that damage is just, I mean, just a truly tragic play. Like, I don't even know what to say about that. It's honestly, it's pretty horrendous. And why are we clicking Moonblast over and over? Like, we know, I don't understand this. I mean, that's got to be Choice Specs damage to be doing that much to Blissey, I believe. Yeah, that's got to be Choice Specs damage. So I just don't understand. Yeah, and we see this Blissey cannot touch Atrot. So if only that Atrot hadn't gotten chipped, this would have been actually a really clean win for Litton Salt, because there's nothing here for a Terra Dark Atrot. Like, it's, I think that core was either Spadaf or maybe I just underestimate Atrot. But the Dondozo was definitely specially defensive by how much it took from Ceaseless Edge. So this looked like an exceptional game for Hisui and Samurott, but then you just let it take a body press. Which was a brutal error. But Tinglu going for Terra Ghost, which is just a baffling play. If this Samurott is Boots, there's still a chance, actually, which is crazy that there's still a chance for Litton Salt to do this. But yeah, clicking that Terra is just I mean, is the Atrod Boots? Have we seen confirmation on that one way or the other? They're just playing this game so fast, it's tough to keep up. Yeah, but there's the rest on Tinglu. I mean, it does have the leftovers knocked off. But yeah, this is... why are we going into patch? Yeah, it seems to me like Litton Salt had the tools to win this game and just did not use those tools, to tell you the truth. It seems to me like this was a really mishandled game. We see GG's already come out. Yeah, so guys, this is a lesson we kind of learn every Pinkator, which is... be very cautious about your win conditions in stall games, and you've got to clicker, you've got to predict wow, we've got to be predicting Tinglu there. I mean, hold on, maybe? Could Dragonite actually just sweep this entire game? Okay, not Boots Atrot, so that's devastating. And we see, but But what? But couldn't Dragonite, like, actually roll this entire team, theoretically? Like, if you caught the Corviknight coming in and then, like, doubled into, like, Iron Crown, predicted the... I mean, like, I don't think this game was over, honestly. Like, DD Knight with Ice Spinner. Oh, no, it was probably not Ice Spinner, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I think Littenstall definitely had the resources there. Congrats, shoutouts to the absolute fastest stall game ever here. These guys barely ever saw the timer. Like, they were playing this so fast. I think a little more caution would be a good idea, frankly, in this game. Yeah, I've gotten, well, let's get into the next game. But yeah, that was, guys, when you're playing these stall teams, preserve your tools. Preserve your tools. Let's check out another one. Let's do Toshi Melonhead is one we've seen a lot of entertaining games from. And this looks very interesting. So let's just get into this game. But yeah, so one other thing I want to say is in some past tournaments, I've gotten some criticism that I'm a little mean on the mic. So I'm going to try to be still educational, but a little more charitable today and a little kinder and a little less mean. So let me know how that goes. Let me know if you preferred it mean or if you like what you're about to hear today better. Or let me just, let me know how you think about the commentary in general. Trying to be a little kinder. So looking at this matchup here, these are two really wacky teams. We got double Pawmot, which is bizarre. And teams that seem to support it in different ways. Toshi Melonhead kind of has the more typical Pawmot team. You usually see this only on offensive builds. And then Mushtari kind of has it on this more balanced archetype, which makes me wonder, these might be very different Pawmot. We might be seeing a support revival blessing Pawmot on the side of Toshi Melonhead. And on Mushtari, we might be seeing like a Life Orb offensive one, or potentially Magnet or something like that. So let's see. We got the classic Stealth Rock Taunt lead, which makes sense. Going to remove a Choice Scarf from Quackleval, which is interesting. I don't think that's a tragic loss in this matchup, especially since Deoxys Speed likely outsped Quackleval anyway. I don't think that's a huge deal. In fact, it's probable that you're happy to lose that. Now, I will say, based on that Landorus U-turn damage on Gliscor, that indicates specially defensive. So it is that risk of taking a lot of damage. Now, we see Knockoff come out here, which is certainly good against Mandibuzz, but this Quackleval, this Mandibuzz is not too worried. This Quackleval, given it was Choice Scarf, does not really have that threat of Swords Dance. And we see Toxic come out, which is interesting. So this Mandibuzz probably doesn't have Defog, which is honestly... understandable. I think Mandibuzz is a pretty terrible defogger. It can't really touch Goldengo. You'd think as a dark type it would be a good defogger, but it honestly really can't handle that a lot of the time. And they've got treads, so I think just going all in on Mandibuzz, potentially like Knockoff, Roost, Iron Defense, Foul Play, Toxic, U-turn. A lot of good moves you can run on Mandibuzz before defog, so I'm actually a fan of that. And just want to make a note, some people in the last game saying that, Dragonite could not have won because Dondozo walled it. Dozo was going to be at like 10% after coming in on those hazards. Dozo was at leftover set, and I think it was like at 30 something, like 29 something health, and there were 2 spikes and a rock up. So Dondozo was absolutely not walling Dragonite. D-Knight does beat Dozo when the Dozo's at like 15%, yeah. Okay. So the Aqua Step comes out there. Hits the Gliscor and does only 61, which is brutally low damage, but this is a good opportunity here. So this Mandibuzz is almost certainly going to be forced to roost. I think staying in here would be an insane, clicking Toxic here or any aggressive thing would be a really, really unusual play. So I would say this is a great opportunity for Toshi Melonhead to get in this Curem. Curem here is going to be able to, if it's a special set, it can freeze dry, and if it's Dragon Dance, that honestly looks really threatening too. But staying in and clicking Aqua Step, and there's the very obvious roost. So yeah, generally people aren't just going to risk their Mandibuzz dying like that. I feel like that was a really good opportunity to get in Curem. And clicking roost again makes sense there. Worried perhaps about the second Aqua Step. I also wonder a bit why we're not pulling out Close Combat. That's just going to do a good bit more to Mandibuzz, and the speed boost doesn't really matter. So that's a bit odd. Going into Slowking here is also a bit of a strange play, though. You can't be happy to risk a Malignant Chain, but we'll see what happens here. I would say there's a good chance the Slowking's going to Chilly Reception, so I agree with the Malignant Chain, and of course, they get that beautiful poison. So yeah, that was a good turn from Toshi Melonhead. That was good. And we also see Chilly Reception come up, which, could be good for Kyurem, take advantage of later. So let's see, that is very much Assault Vest. Either that, or this is the weakest Deoxys speed in the world. So is this normal SVOU or is there something spring related? This is normal SVOU. All the Pinkators are not going to have any gimmicks from now on. It's just going to be normal tier. It's just we're doing them seasonally. So this is a spring tour. Okay, Hyperspace Fury coming off and doing 0 because this is clearly a very bulky Hoopa based on how little that Ice Beam did. And hazards go up. So this Quackball, I really hope it has Rapid Spin. Otherwise, Toshi Melonhead is in serious trouble here because this is a team that absolutely hates hazards. Leftovers on Pecharunt, Hoopa's hating this, Kyurem is hating this. You very, very much need something here. You need something to remove these hazards, or I think this game is going to be over in favor of Mushtari quite fast. Okay, there's the switch to Kyurem. We do see Boots, which you might think would come for me, but it actually worries me a bit. It worries me that this Quackball does not have Rapid Spin. I really, really hope it does. I was the dude from earlier, and also no, D-Knight was Terra Blast plus EQ. Then yeah, you were never getting past Corviknight. Understandable. I still think you could have tried, but... Okay, so back to this game. Let me try to focus just on the game that's in front of me. I'm going to try to limit my chat engagement so this has better rewatchability. Yeah, this is a scary position. I mean, the fact that the Kyurem's Boots makes it less scary, but I mean, Iron Shreds is chipped, right? And there's the Freeze Dry. That is shockingly, though. Slowking is looking like, unless there's a crazy roll here, it's going to live that. But we see Dragon Dance come out right on the turn that Mushtari gives that Kyurem a defense boost with Chilly Reception. That, I tell you, is a bit of a questionable play. We could see a real turnaround to this game here. Now, there is a chance, depending on this Deoxys set, it could come in here and just Psycho Boost and blast this Kyurem out of space. But the Kyurem could be speed boosting as well. Kind of comes down to that. So this is the real turn of truth here. This Deoxys speed is probably not going to live an attack boosted hit from Kyurem. If an Icicle Spear comes out here, that is probably going to do it. Actually, maybe not. Deoxys speed, a little bulkier than I thought. So there's a good chance this Kyurem gets killed here, but Psycho Boost is also not doing it. So it looks like I overestimated the offensive stats of both of these Pokemon. Maybe then, the play could actually be to Dragon Dance with Kyurem again, but it could put you into range of a Palmot Mach Punch. We also see the confirmation that this is heavy duty boots. So we're not going to see any eject pack Psycho Boost into Palmot here. Someone says they're listening to this in the car. Just make sure you stay alert. And we see Focus Blast come out. Terra fighting Focus Blast. That is a bizarre play to me because I do not think you needed Terra. You did need Terra. Holy, Deoxys is weak. Yeah, so that is probably game. I think if Deoxys missed, that was also probably game in favor of the Kyurem. But Focus Blast, despite how it feels, does have a 70% chance to hit. So we can't really fault Mushtari for that one. The odds were in their favor. And I would say that was a decent play. Now we see Psychic Noise come out right as it comes the Slowking. I wonder if we see a double to Palmot here, or if we just see a Slowking sack. And it is just going to be a Slowking sack, which I don't necessarily think is a mistake. at this point in the game, after that tragic loss of Kuram, I think Mushtari is pretty solidly in the driver's seat. I think Mushtari is winning this game. And when you're winning the game, you can often afford to sack Pokemon, bring things in safely, like bring in Palmot here, for example, and end up being in a pretty good spot. Now, I will say that Terra Fighting has been used, right? That means Palmot cannot do the Terra Electric Double Shock. So there is really no way that this Palmot is going to be... there is really no way that this Palmot's going to ever be getting past Petron. So that is pretty much on a guaranteed track to get hard-walled. But I'm still thinking this game is really in favor of Mushtari here. So we've got Deoxys Speed, which if you look at this team, right, Psycho Boost blows up Petrarch. Deoxys is so weakened to the point that I think Focus Blast kills it, but even if you don't want to risk that, after just 2 more hazard entries, it'll die to an Ice Beam. Gliscor looks honestly devastating here. Hazards are slowly going to rack up damage. So this is tough in a lot of cases. Now, there is a potential hope for the return of Kyurem with Palmot Revival Blessing. So that boots D-Dance? That's a possibility. There is a possibility this comes back. But it really kind of just comes down to what sets these are. I'm honestly super curious to see. I actually like that aggressive switch from Mushtari. I don't think it was entirely necessary, but I think trying to keep Palmot away is a worthy goal. Now, here's the interesting thing about this situation. Theoretically, you could Focus Blast here, get the kill, and actually run through the entire team with Psycho Boost right now. You could do it, theoretically, but there is a probable Terra, and it could be Terra Fairy. We see that Psychic Noise did an insane amount of damage. I guess this is just a fully offensive Treads. But let's see what... We're just going to go for an Earthquake. A bit interesting there. Makes sense, I suppose. I would probably rather just gone for a Rapid Spin. I feel like getting rid of those rocks is nice for Mandibuzz. But let's see. And just back in on Gliscor. This should be where Toshi Melonhead has to go into Palmot. I think at this point, from Toshi Melonhead's perspective, you're in a really bad spot. You've got to start bluffing. So if you have like Life Orb Ice Punch with Iron Fist here, you can maybe go for that. But it is just going to be the Revival Blessing, which made more sense. Ice Punch is not super common on these guys. And Kyurem does return, but there's the Earthquake. Palmot living, though. That is huge. So if you have removal, if you have Rapid Spin on that Quackleval, you could potentially keep Palmot around for another Revival Blessing. Or if you have, if you have Ice Punch here, it's time to go for it. And it's going to be Encore. Not a super great play, but you probably didn't have a better move. And I'm guessing based on that play, the fact that there was no attempt to preserve Palmot, I'm guessing this thing is probably does not have removal. So I think these hazards are probably here to stay. Now, in my opinion, you go Kyurem here. As Toshi Melonhead, you've got one chance at this game. You've got one shot to not lose this. You go Kyurem, you Dragon Dance, you hope you get the Icicle Spear hits you need to run through this team. I don't think there's another way to do this. And you've just got to hope and pray that Palmot does not have Mach Punch. Now, there has been no Terra yet on the side of Toshi Melonhead. So there's a chance that this thing pulls out Terra Blast Ground here and Earth Powers and just blows past this Palmot and does not die to the Mach Punch. That would be huge. And there's the Terra Fire Earth Power, and it's going to kill. It's going to kill, which really surprises me. So that was not an HP invested Palmot at all, it looks like. I wonder if we see a Terra Blast Fire. Oh my gosh, Kyurem, how did you not kill? Buddy, how did you not kill? Kyurem somehow not getting the kill there with Terra Blast Fire. That is devastating. That is an that turned out to be a tight game, but that is an absolutely devastating loss. I'm trying to think if there's any way for Toshi Melonhead to do this here. I think you've got to go Quackleval and make something happen there. See, I don't know what this Landorus is doing, because all you're doing is inviting Gliscor in for free. Every time this Landorus enters the field, all it is a free Gliscor. And I suppose that's the idea. Maybe you want to U-turn on Gliscor to get in Quackleval on that. But this time, Mushtari playing it smart, just going for the rapid spin, knowing that they could just finish off this game with Deoxys. Yep. At this point, I think it's over. I'm trying to think. We can kind of talk about how to play to your outs here. So for Toshi Melonhead, do you have outs? Not really. Not really. I honestly think if Mushtari plays this correctly, there is absolutely nothing you can do about this. I mean, there's the Aqua Step, but I mean, that Mandibuzz is going to, even a critical hit, Mandibuzz is surviving here and just hits you with the foul play. So I think your win condition here involves, you had Rapid Spin. Okay, I'm thinking you made some misplays, Toshi Melonhead. So yeah, I think that should have been a priority way earlier to try to Rapid Spin. There were some really, yeah, wow. That's now that I'm thinking there were some questionable plays afoot. So yeah, your only shot at this game is to somehow muscle past Gliscor with Palmod Hex, which you could kind of do by using Landorus Intimidate. So you can sort of leverage that. So you got a U-turn here going to Palmod. And then if you can manage to get past the Gliscor, then it becomes a game of can you dodge a Psycho Boost? Yeah, I think that's the only thing this game comes down to is can you dodge a Psycho Boost? That was not a good Malignant Chain. You've got to expect the Gliscor to come in here. Yeah, not really sure what to say about that. We've got to be doing better than that. That Hex is doing good. We got to be like if Palma was if Petron was at full health here, there's like maybe a way this could work. Okay, that is a good recover. This is kind of what needs to happen. Is this somehow muscle past Gliscor, and then you can go for, I think you can go for an aggressive Hex here, personally. I think you do it. Yep, that's good. Okay, hold on. Toshi Melonhead is playing to their outs here, and actually, they might have to risk a focus miss. But there's the recover, gets caught there, but you do live and you can Hex here. So I think you recover again and predict the Gliscor to protect, but they just go for the Hex. Oh, but the critical hit, that is so unfortunate. But if Hoopa has Thunderbolt, why did you go Landorus? You have Hyperspace Fury. What are you expecting to do with Landorus? Okay, so Toshi Melonhead just said, I'm going to give you free health out of the kindness of my heart. Because, like, it doesn't matter. The Intimidate does not matter. And EQ, even if your Hoopa somehow lives the Earthquake, which I still don't think it does, you're not living the follow-up Ice Beam. You needed to hope you outsped Gliscor and go for a Hyperspace Fury. And the play, Knock was actually a bad play there. You want an Earthquake. So, yeah, you had to hope you outsped. And you didn't outspeed, but you had that was your only chance, was hoping you outsped. So, that was, there was some questionable playing there. I think when that hazard situation was the really key thing. Those hazards were absolutely eating away at your team. And if you have Rapid Spin, you make it a priority to get those hazards off the field. And there was no spin blocker. There's no ghost type. So there were a lot of opportunities. Quackleval could have clicked Rapid Spin. That just didn't. So that was the big mistake. Never underestimate hazards. Good stuff to Mushtari there. All right, let's see where we're at. Let's see which games are still going on. Most of the round looks over. Lemon Man. Looks like the only game going on. Oh boy. So we might be about to have to make a call on this game because we don't want to get this tour held up. Well, this looks kind of interesting. But let's go to the first turn and see what we're dealing with here. So we got a Petron lead. And it looks like we just got a Curem stall against what appears to be a fairly standard offense, but it's double regen. So probably, usually the double regen Hydra Apple team is going to take the win there. Unfortunate Thunderwave miss from the Tinkaton there. That's pretty devastating. Do we see a Scald Burn? We don't see the Scald Burn, so it didn't get double that RNG. So that's good. And in comes the Tusk. Let's see if we get a static on the Rapid Spin here. Nope. But I want you guys to notice how much of a deal. Like, look, oh, that's a brutal Hurricane miss. This has been horrible RNG for Cheese Guy. And there's finally the static surviving the knockoff and roosting. So justice occurred there. Kind of. You know, still no Hurricane hit, which would have been great to have. But I want you guys to notice how much these two players are emphasizing hazards. Like how much of it, this entire game so far has been about hazards. And that's often how an early game should look. It is often how an early game should look. So, you know, oh my gosh, critical hit. Yeah, this has been really good RNG for Lemon Man. This is brutal. Bad Terra. Oh, never mind. I think that was a roll. I think that was a roll to get that kill with Blizzard. That's interesting. And with a horrible Terra Steel. Why are we clicking Terra Steel on Zamazenta when there's a Petrarent around? I mean, there's got to be... I mean, I guess Curem is brutal. This is looking... I'm shocked this went to turn 36. This is looking like Lemon Man should absolutely clean this up. I mean, Choice Specs Curem here is looking just to destroy this entire team. And going into Slowking is a bizarre play there. I guess you really want the greedy Blizzard. But yeah, there's the Chilly Reception. And here's the Blizzard. I mean, this should be here to just take another life. Like, Curem can't... Zamazenta cannot kill. This is a boot Zama. I would have personally just stayed in there. I mean, fair enough. I guess you can switch. But yeah. Okay, staying in Heavy Slam. Do we see the parting shot? We just see the recover. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is, I mean, usually double regen is going to beat stall, but the fact that this is, I guess this isn't a hard stall, because, I mean, we've got a Specs Curem here, so I'd say maybe more of a semi-stall we're dealing with. And there's no Curem switching at this point. An odd play staying in there, but yeah, Zamazenta's now going to die to the next contact move. I mean, Curem Ice Beam should just be curtains here. That should be it. Whirlwind is a bit of an odd play. I think just Slowking. Chilly Reception there. Go back into Curem and Blizzard would be fine. Yeah, I'd say this is a semi-stall team we're looking at here. But yeah, this is looking super over in favor of Lemon Man 46. I do not think this game is going to go on much longer. I mean, we've got a team that's a very kind of offensively inclined. It does not have a great answer for Specs Curem other than the lead Tinkaton, which is, you know, dead. Yeah, and of course we see the classic Calm Mind Blissey. And Zama's coming in, but I mean, that's how much is that going to do? We do see Skarmory almost die. There was a Future Sight, was there not? No, that was the hit on the Blissey and did 0. Yeah, and this is the Hydrapple situation we came to see, but I mean, you're going to lose to Curem. Like, if they want to play this game, they can, but you absolutely lose to Curem as Cheese Guy here. There's just no way around that. Yeah, normally double regen's going to beat stall, but and it seems like a good team from Cheese Guy, but this was just this was a brutal matchup, honestly. A brutal matchup indeed. You've got to bank on like a critical hit here or something. And it's just not going to happen. Yep, Slowking can come in here, not take much from an Earthquake. Chilly Reception should come off here, and I imagine this is just going to be a Blizzard, and that should be 4 Blizzards and good game. Let's count them out. Yeah, there's the GG come out. We'll not gonna spoil it, but there's 1 Blizzard. This won't kill. Oh, come on. Just stay in. Just stay in. No, they're playing well. They're playing well. You do want to preserve your pieces and be careful. You don't want to let Kyurem get like paralyzed and then lose to Hydrapple. So it's a good play, but it's a little boring. It's a little boring. I do like to see people just kind of throw stuff out. Yeah, you should just be able to go Blissey and boost up and Shadow Ball and kill here. The entire team. We can skip ahead a few turns. Yeah, it's just going to be a Shadow Ball Blissey sweep. Makes sense. Good game. Well played. And I think we are now moving on to round 2. So let me see if we've got any games going on. We do have one continuing now, which is we've got J-Song versus I'm Evil and Spicy. And wouldn't you guess, it's a stall game. Oh, 83 turns. Oh. This is one of my teams, actually, which is... It's very outdated, though. I would not necessarily suggest running this today. But, yeah. Definitely not incredible these days. I mean, the Blissey does have leftovers removed. How did that happen? So you got it with Gliscor, maybe Tusk. Has anything happened in this game? I mean, this is just bleak. Low key, this Specs Ival is looking like it could potentially crack some skulls, though. Normally, this Dragapult is a really good tool against stall, so I don't quite know why they haven't been leveraging that. Not a lot of chili receptions remaining. You do have to watch out on that. Pressure does affect chili reception. Yeah, this is bizarre. Like, I'm not sure why, because this is Dragon Dart's Pult, I believe. I believe this is Dragon Dart's Pult. Why are we clicking Future Sight? What are we doing? Okay, this does look like kind of a good opportunity to threaten a knockoff. I would say probably the best play is U-turning on a Corviknight coming in. So, for the sake of the tournament not getting stalled like an hour, we are probably going to have to make a call for the winner this game. And generally in these situations, we've declared in favor of stall, because usually if a team lasts this long, stall teams are kind of designed to do that. So often in these super extended games, the stall team will win. But I'm really not sure here. It's kind of one of those situations where I think it comes down to the playing. And it seems like slowly but surely they are kind of making progress on one another, which is a bit unusual to see as well. But we've got only 3 soft boileds on Blissey, but the Iron Valiant is chipped as well, so it's not an easy one. But then, you know, there's also still Terra available. So let's see if the U-turn comes out. The U-turn does come out. That's a good play. And there's the Iron Valiant. So we are seeing things happen. And I believe Specs Moonblast does kill. I think we might just be about to come in and seeing our first kill of the game. Because this is a Choice Specs Terra Fairy Iron Valiant. Moonblast kills Corviknight here. It kills Kingambit. I think Weezing gets to it KO'd. Hydrapple super dies. We are about to see a kill. Unless I'm super tripping, and that's not Spadef Corviknight. Spadef Corviknight would not have taken that much. Spadef Corviknight would not have taken this much if that was Spadef. This is defensive. We are seeing a kill, and it is Corviknight. Down it goes. That is a game changer, folks. That is a game, because this Great Tusk has Stealth Rock, and Weezing cannot really effectively stop that. I think this game is now in favor of J-Song. I think we've just come in to watch this stall game turn on its head. Like the stream if you're enjoying this. I thought this would be a super boring game where we'd see Stahl just kind of clean up like it kind of always does. But we're not seeing that happen at all. Gliscor, really kind of a bizarre play here, given, neutralizing gas, but not horrible. Like, I definitely understand it. I mean, it's still good to knock off. And, clicking Earthquake. That is fair as well. And okay, gonna get hit by the Strange Steam, but that's understandable. Now, I do think you want to get out of this situation. I don't think you want to stay in here. You're probably about to get hit by a rather brutal, excuse me, what am I trying to say? Pain Split. So I'd say you want to you don't want to click Earthquake again. Knock off here would be a fine click. I would say that's a good move. I would say that's a good move. Clicking knock off here. That saves you from the Pain Split. You'll still lose a little bit of health, but removing this item would be really good for future entry hazard situation. And we're going to see Wheezing back off. Wheezing says, I don't want any piece of this. And Iron Valiant comes back in. Now, Blissey, is going to take this, but there are only 2 soft-boiled left on this guy. Right? And I believe you live a Seismic Toss. It's going to be a Shadow Ball. You could have stayed in there with Iron Valiant, actually. So that was a bit of an odd play. You could have stayed in. If we see the U-turn and come out here, Iron Valiant is coming in and getting a kill. I think you U-turn here and go, okay, they're going to go with the safe Glow King, which is understandable. I think that was a bit of a lame play, but I get it. I would have probably U-turned into... No. I keep telling people to be patient, and then I'm like, go into the IVAL. Preserving the IVAL and being careful with it is probably the right play. So I'm going to say good on you for that. And Future Sight comes off. That is a very threatening Future Sight at this stage. I think if you have Sludge Bomb, I think you click Sludge Bomb here. Chipping this Wheezing is going to be pretty much the end of your opponent having anything to say about Stealth Rock. And it looks like, let's see what happens. Going into Gliscor. Okay, fair. That turned out to be better than the play I suggested, so good on you for that. And this is absolutely a knockoff here. There is no reason to click anything other than knockoff. Knockoff plus Future Sight is really good. Yeah, knockoff is just looking incredible here. That Future Sight is going to come off and do a ton of damage. Yikes. So you can actually just click Earthquake here with Gliscor. Going into Iron Valiant instead, that's a little bit risky. But okay, this Dozo is effectively dead. It's not coming back from that one. You definitely don't leave Iron Valiant in here. This Hydrapple has a very good chance of clicking Terra. And yeah, they were aware of that, so good on them for that. I'd say this is honestly a pretty cut and dry Great Tusk moment. Let's go into that. Throwing off a Future Sight, which is fine. That's okay. And I think we've got to be a little more careful with those chilly receptions, though. We've only got 3 of those, so not really any good reason to be burning that. But this should be a knockoff here, I imagine, on the Tinglu. Okay, Headlong Rush is fine, too. I would guess you'd knock off this turn. Getting this Tinglu knocked off would definitely hurt its longevity. And we're going for Ice Spinner, which is okay. That's an okay play. And this is a good opportunity to Rapid Spin and knock off. Quick 1-2. Rapid Spin, knock off, and get out. Okay, we're clicking Ice Spinner instead. Let's see. We don't see Sleep Talk. But unless you're fishing for a critical hit, this isn't going to kill the Tinglu. So I'm not really sure what the approach is here with Ice Spinner. I guess you've got how many? You've got 22. So honestly, sure, fish for a critical hit, I guess. Not a bad play. And then switching out. Yeah, I would have gone for Knock Spin instead of Ice Spinner Knock, but not bad. Definitely this is in favor of J-Song. I think, though, this is going to end quickly enough that we don't need to prematurely wrap this game up. I think we can just kind of watch and enjoy J-Song dismantle this stall team. Defog is not a good play. I don't know what you're doing. Just U-turn, right? Just keep the aggression going. You've got Rapid Spin. They've got no Ghost. Why are we defogging? So that was the first play by J-Song that makes me think, like, what are you doing? That's a bit weird. And switching Wheezing out, why are we not pain splitting? Do we not want health? Do we hate healing? This is bizarre. Why are we not clicking spikes? I mean, I guess I can get that from Evil and Spice. You're just trying to go for desperate, like, maybe critical hit and kill the Glow King. That's fair. There's the U-turn coming out. Into Slowking. Makes sense. I'd probably throw off a Future Sight here. And then let's bring in the Tusk. Why we've got 3 chilly receptions left. Why are we using it on a Blissey that can't touch it? Blissey is not scary. So I do believe Headlong Rush 2 at KO's Tinglu here, based on the damage we saw last time, 36. Yeah, so that's definitely a play. There's the Headlong. That's a roll. That'll do it. That will get the kill the following turn. We might be about to see another kill here. You could go for the Ice Spinner, but it's not guaranteed. So I think you probably do just Headlong Rush again, even though the Hydrapple might enter. Apple does come in on the Headlong Rush. Good play. Seems like a fine Slowking, yeah. And we see Terra Grass, which is not going to help against Iron Valiant. We see Life Orb, though, which is... I'm surprised to see that, honestly. I'm surprised to see Life Orb. But yeah, that's not going to help tremendously against Iron Valiant, so... this should just be a tough... Oh, okay, well, I mean, I guess you could go Corviknight Defog. That works, too. Kind of lets in the Wheezing a little bit, but that's okay. Question, why is there a Sawsbuck on the screen? Because it's the spring tour. Right, that's the kind of the gimmick is we're doing seasonally Pinka tours now. So I don't know why you switched that Corviknight out. You have U-turn. Really weird playing. Toxic comes out, though. That's going to be tough to deal with. But yeah, no idea why Corviknight was switched out there. We are seeing some bizarre plays by J-Song here. Had a super commanding position in this game and just kind of decided to play really weird and kind of toss it away, toss it to the wolves. Yeah, so this Giga Drain could kill. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you don't really want to be making that play into Dragapult. We are just seeing some really weird throws. Really weird throws here from J-Song. I mean, like, yeah, like the Blissey has one, but why? I don't know. There was just so many opportunities you could have had to play this more aggressively. I mean, like, the U-turn on Hydrapple would have been a complete game changer there, right? Hydrapple would be dead if you clicked U-turn. Guys, take your free damage when you have it, right? Take your free damage. Don't leave it on the table. And now we're in a position where Wheezing is actually an offensive threat because Glowking is dead. So yeah, I really don't understand. I mean, Great Tusk can theoretically clean this entire team up. I still think J-Song wins, but the playing has been very questionable. Like, are you going to U-turn here, or do you want to just, like, let the Dawn... Okay, so we've learned that we have... Right, trying to be nicer. U-turn, though. Click U-turn. Okay. So, does Headlong kill? Because if so, you actually want to get up rocks before you kill. It does not guaranteed kill, so you've got to click Headlong here. Okay, good stealth rock. I mean, kind of. I think it would have been bad. Why did you Ice Spinner there? What if that didn't... That was a roll, bro. That was a... Like, what? Why didn't you just click Headlong? Oh my gosh. Okay, this is so weird. But... And there's the core... Okay, they've learned that Corviknight is a switch into Hydrapple. That is good. These are just such weird... Because it seemed like, from what we were seeing, J-Song was playing great for like 30 turns, and then just all of a sudden, like... I don't know if the fatigue of the game just kind of got to them, but there have just been some very strange choices happening. But okay, yeah, Iron Valiant comes in. I think that's solid. We can just moon... Okay, so why are we... What? Moonblast kills Wheezing. it's a Weezing. Like, Moonblast super kills Weezing. So why are we like, why are we doing that? Okay, well, it's whatever. Okay, there's the Fickle Beam. And it was going all out. I do think that, did that matter? Could, probably mattered, honestly. Please click Moonblast here. Do not click Psyshock. Why did you click Psyshock? You 2-hit KO the Blissey, you 1-hit KO the Weezing, and you blow up the Hydrapple, but now the Hydrapple gets to click Giga Drain. Oh my gosh. What? Why did you sack the Iron Valiant? J-Song! Calc, buddy! Your Moonblast kills Weezing! Your Moonblast kills Weezing! Okay, please go please tell me you go Gliscor on this. And don't let the Tusk get all of its health drained. You let the Tusk get all of its health drained. Okay, it didn't heal that much. You should still be good with U-turn. You go into Gliscor here. You protect, then you click U-turn. Okay, I think that U-turn was not a guaranteed kill, and you could have gotten killed by a Fickle Beam going all out. So please don't do... Okay, well... J-Song, buddy, you were playing that so clean. Please calc. I know Weezing resists Moonblast, but we've gotta, you've got to get calc decks. Because I believe the reason you were playing that endgame so weird is because you thought Weezing did not. Weezing took 58 minimum from a Moonblast. It died. It died to an IVAL Moonblast, which you not knowing that explains a lot of weird plays toward the end. So, calc. Please calc. Calcing is a vital part of the game. But okay, you got the win, but this, I think this game could have ended in like a 4-0, 5-0. It did not need to get that close at all. But you got the win. Good job. And you played a lot of this game well. I'm going to give it, you played a lot of this game well, but we've got to know our damage rolls. And I don't think you did here. Okay. Whew. I'm relieved that I didn't, because that was, as I said, J-Song was in a great spot. I would have really hurt my soul to see them lose, especially because that was my IVAL team. Like, I don't want to see, I hate it when one of the teams I built loses to stall, because I feel like that just shouldn't happen. But alright. And Tenebrosite out already. The winner of the previous tournament out in round 1. That's kind of, as we, but let's see, let's check out this next one. Actually, no, we've got, let's check out Gnome and... why did everybody pull up with stall, guys? Like, what are we doing? Alright. Well, okay, we're watching another stall game. Great Tusk. Pulling up with the Stealth Rock there. Okay, the ice, a good start. I mean, a good start from Gnome, but at the same time, unless that Gholdengo is a really good stall breaking set, this is looking rough. There's the, I mean, good Rapid Spin, but, I mean, kind of good Rapid Spin, but it's just going to be, okay, do we see the, nope, so Gholdengo's going to get caught there. We do see the trick. Oh, that's huge. Okay, so this Talonflame just lost its boots and its ability to remove rocks. Unfortunately, Gholdengo also died. So I don't actually see how Gnome has any way of, like, not just losing to Toxapex clicking Toxic here. I don't, yeah. Okay, yeah, instantly we see, okay, I think this game's over. I think Stall wins. I think your entire team gets farmed by Toxapex. Yeah, like you're toast. I mean, I think that, yeah, I think the banded low kicks leech life. Actually, hold on. No, hold on just a minute. How much PP does leech life have? Only 16. Yeah, so you get PP stalled. If leech life was like 32, maybe there's an angle here because you do heal enough and you're only like badly poisoned and kind of the team sort of can't take leech life on that well. But with baneful bunker plus recover, you get super PP stalled. So Gnome, it was a good idea, and you sort of almost soloed a team with low kicks. If this low kicks, if Leech Life had like 80 PP or something insane, you actually do win here, probably. No, that was only round one I was losing it on. This is round two. This was like pre-round one. I guess it's round two. Um, I'm going to declare this game. Oh, please don't click Headlong Rush. You poor thing. All right, let's stop watching this game. This is over. Let's check out Unknown. Let's see how Unknown's doing. Our fearless moderator. Sorry, I couldn't find my team. You couldn't find the team you submitted to like play? Yeah, like okay, well, okay. I guess they'll figure that out. Let's check out Vanitas, Cravian. Let's go to game one and see what we got here. So, seems like a pretty standard Wogrepon offense versus Sand. We see T-Tar lead and instantly low kick a Landorus, which did 0. That still did more than I would have thought to a Landorus, though. That is choice banded damage. So we've got a CB Tar in the house, which seems okay in this matchup. Honestly, not great. But that's a really bold protect there for really no reason. Not a fan of that play. There's a very good chance that Ogrepon would go for the... okay, well, I guess... Turned out to be a good reason. Lived. All right. And yeah, I agree with the Mola play here. Yeah, knockoff. And there's the synthesis. That's a, you don't want to see that. But I'd say you flip turn here, honestly. Yeah, I'm saying I would have clicked flip turn there. Ain't no way an Ogrepon's staying in. But okay. We get a wish. And Tachyon Cutter is a really strange move there. That did not do specs damage unless this is a strange, specially defensive Mola set. But we get Gliscor wished all the way back up. And we just got Wellspring staying here. And there's the Stealth Rock going up. Now, there is a Cinderace on the opposing side. And they're talking about someone getting out of jail. So this is... I don't know how engaged our players are in this game, but we're gonna stay locked in. And it looks like everything on the team is nicknamed LeBron from different years. Interesting. I don't know why we have so many stall teams, because like I have so many guides on my channel about how to create breaking cores, and people are just clearly not doing it. People are not doing it. Except I will say the one stall team we had, which one was a team I built. Just saying, guys, breaking cores go a long way. Yeah, okay, we've got... And Darts is just going to come out and blow up this Landorus. This is looking good for Cravian here. This is looking good for Cravian. Remember to like the stream if you're enjoying. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think, what's the win condition for Scribe? Terra Fairy Darts come out. That's going to be probably a support Wisp kind of set. T-Wave. Okay. Interesting. That's Flip Turn's going to come out. Yeah, this is looking rough. Gliscor is absolutely brutal to deal with at this point. Bro just clicks Earthquake. And ironically, your Wellspring is walled by Mola. Kind of a reversal of the typical fashion of things. Gliscor might not have Earthquake. Might be Knock last. Yeah, bit of an obvious synthesis there. Not really a fan of the staying in. I think I would have gone Mola there, but because now you might get U turned on. Okay, just gonna be a cudgel. So yeah, if I'm craving here, I'm clicking flip turn. There's definitely a switch coming out. Let's see if they do. They go for Wish, which is fine too. But yeah, then you do risk it this turn. Okay, hard switch into Tyranitar. Pretty bold. Could have just gotten killed by an Iron Head, but turned out okay. And then in comes 2020 LeBron, which is a la Momola for those that aren't watching. Flip turn. Somebody said in chat, why did they let Gliscor take that much? Damage on Gliscor literally means nothing. I'd click knockoff here, personally. Okay, yeah, low kick was a little obvious there. Gambit losing its leftovers is huge in this matchup. It's one of the very few things left that can threaten you. So I would say knockoff there was a fine play. Oh, I really don't know about Corv. So yeah, that was actually, I think, a huge mistake on Cravian's part. So I'd say the only way you really lose this game is King Gambit. At this point, like, your Excadrill pretty much destroys everything. In fact, if Sand goes up, Excadrill, like, just wins. The only way you lose this game is if that King Gambit goes crazy. So you need to not do that. You need to not let that King Gambit go crazy. And here you are, sacking your Corviknight. And here's the King Gambit Swords Dancing. Okay. And the game's over. Congratulations, Cravian. Turned out to be a defensive score, which... Or was it? No.